A lot of people are moving to Austin and they are turning to new construction because the resale market is absolutely insane right now. So today we're going to talk about the current state of new construction in Austin, how to even buy a house, and why I think it is a great option that you should consider. I'm Tiffany Moore. I'm a realtor right here in Austin, Texas. I talk to a lot of people about moving out here, and the first thing I do is make sure they have a really good understanding of the housing market in Austin right now, both resale and new construction. Today we're going to dig into new construction. If you want to know about resale, I did another video on it last week, so check that out right here. So long story short, there's been a housing crisis in Austin for several years. COVID made it even worse because people didn't like where they were living. They didn't have to live close to the office anymore, and interest rates were super low. So people just came out of the woodwork and were buying all kinds of homes in Austin. That was in 2020. And just since January 2021, the market has just exploded even worse. Like it's a volcano that just hasn't stopped gushing, it just exploded again. So the Austin housing market is affecting new construction just the same way that it's affecting resale. There is a really high demand and a very low supply, and builders cannot keep up with the demand for new construction houses. It used to be that you could drive to a new construction community, talk to the sales rep, you could pick out your lot and your floor plan and change the game room to another bedroom or add a half bath or add a really cool covered patio and really customize the house and make it your own. That is just not really the case right now for most new build communities. There are some that are still operating like that, but for the most part, it's completely different. So today we're going to talk about what it is really like to get a new construction home in Austin if you come out and want to buy a house today. So most builders are only building what they call inventory or spec homes. So what this is where instead of you picking your lot, your floor plan, the turning the game room into a 5th bedroom, the adding of a half bath, instead of you picking all those things, and the granite countertops and the flooring and all that, the builder's gonna choose all those options for you based on what they think buyers want, based on what people are actually buying and what they can build quickly. So the main reason for this is so they can turn and burn houses and get more houses available for people to buy. It just makes them more efficient, and it keeps costs down a little bit when they can plan a little bit better, but it's really just so they can get houses on the market for people to buy. One reason that I really like this option is, one, a lot of people get bogged down with analysis paralysis. So you literally have tons of options for your flooring or your countertop or your paint. And it's these are all those standard ones that come with the house. Then I have all these other upgrades that I can do. What do I do? What's best for resale value? What do I actually like? Do I like gray or do I like eggshell? It freaks a lot of people out, and a lot of people get overwhelmed and they don't even enjoy the process, which sucks. I mean, you're buying a new house, you should enjoy the process. So another reason that I like it is because when you're buying this house what the final out the door price is going to be. All the upgrades have been made, all the options have been selected. Everything that could put you above your budget, that you could blow all your money on, it's already been decided for you. And the price they give you is the end of the day, out the door, bottom line for that house. There are no surprises after that. So there are 4 factors that go into the final end of the day price for new construction. And like I just said, all of these factors are already built into those inventory homes where you don't get to make any of your selections. But when you do get to make your selections, each one of these is going to add more money to the bottom line. And it really increases the possibility that you're going to go way above your budget, or you're going to be bummed out that you really wanted that upgraded wood floor and you couldn't get it because it was going to blow your budget, and now you're disappointed in your house. That's not fun. No one likes that. So here's the 4 things that contribute to the cost of the house. One is floor plan. The price for the floor plan that you see online for a house that you can customize is just for the floor plan, just for this basic design. That's all you're getting with this. There's a lot of standard features that are included, and they'll have a whole list of standard options that are already included in that price, but that's the base bottom price. The next factor is the lot premium. So in some communities, every lot has a lot premium. Every lot is going to cost you more money, no matter if it's a premium lot or not. But some things that will for sure increase the value of the lot and will make you pay more for a lot premium are if it has an amazing view. So a lot of these new construction communities are in the beautiful topography, lots of hills, they have a view of everything. You're totally gonna pay for that view. So just keep that in mind. Another thing is like if you're in the back of a cul-de-sac and you have the really big like wide angle lot, that's gonna be a lot premium. If you're backing up to a green belt and there's no neighbors behind you, that's gonna be a lot premium. If you are just like a standard house, one right next to another, you've got neighbors behind you on all sides, that's either gonna be a very low lot premium or none at all. So just something to keep in mind. If you want a really cool lot, you can totally have it. It's just going to add another expense on top of the floor plan. The third thing is the structural options. So the examples that we talked about are changing a game room to a bedroom, adding a half bath, even something as simple as like, oh, I want a fancy shower and I want it to be mud set, meaning they're gonna put tile in it versus it just being like a pan shower that comes all in one and they just put it in the shower hole. If you want the fancy shower that's mud set, that's a structural option that you'll have to pay for separately from like your granite countertops and upgrades like that. Basically anything that is going to change the foundation is a structural option. So things like adding another gas outlet on your patio so you can hook up an outdoor kitchen, that's a structural option. We talked about adding that half bath. Things like that, that's gonna change the floor plan or require some kind of change in the foundation. Those are some structural options that will add to the cost of the house. And last is the design option. So these are the ones that everyone really thinks about when we're talking about like upgrading the granite or upgrading the flooring. Most new construction homes are going to come with carpet in the public areas and tile in the wet areas. So if you want to have no carpet in the house or you don't want it like in the family room, in the den, in the game room, if you want to upgrade that to tile or to wood, that's going to be a design option. If you want to upgrade to like nice pendant lighting versus can lighting, that's going to be a design option. So things that don't require any changes to the foundation or the structure of the house, but it just kind of add to the aesthetic or to the look or the feel that you want, those are going to be some design options. So you can kind of see that if you see a floor plan online and it's like, oh, this floor plan is only $375, plan on spending a lot more if none of those options are already selected for you. If you're going to have to pick a lot, and if you have the option to add the powder room, and if you have the option to upgrade the flooring, you're going to do that, and you should. Like, it's a house that you can customize, but just be aware that that base price online for the floor plan that you see is 100% not the price that you're gonna pay. You're definitely going to pay more. So going back to the inventory or spec homes, who picks the options for those? Either way, it's a win-win. So either one, an interior designer is going to pick the options for each individual house and is going to make sure that each house is unique and none of them looks like any of the other ones or has the same options of any of the other ones in the neighborhood. That's really cool. I love communities that do that. So you may have the same floor plan as a house 3 doors down, but you'll have a different elevation, you'll have different color stones or different color siding on the front, different color bricks. There may be an extra bedroom in yours or an extra game room in the other one. Yours might get wood floor and the other one might get wood look tile. Those are the fun ones where it's like, cool, we have the same floor plan, but the houses are completely different. So you may have an interior designer designing all the homes, or you may have the builder rep designing the homes. And they are another awesome option because they know what people are buying. They know that people love, having that extra gas thing out on the back patio so you can put in an outdoor kitchen. So they might put that into the home. They may know that people love these floor-to-ceiling windows. They might add that instead of, some other lower grade windows. So either way, if you've got an interior designer or the builder rep picking the options for the home, they are the experts. They know what people like and what's going to look good for the house and the community. So those inventory or spec homes, they're going to be awesome. They may not be what you would have picked for every customization, but at the end of the day, you kind of have to look at it like as if you were buying a resale house. You're going to pay pretty much the same amount of money. You can go new construction or you could go resale. They're going to be pretty comparable, which is why I like to guide people to new construction when they're looking to spend under $800,000, because your house doesn't need any upgrades and it's brand new. But for those inventory or spec homes, it may not be exactly what you want. You may want a really fancy hood in your kitchen instead of the microwave there. Well, you can add that after you buy it, just like you would a resale home. if you're going to a house and you decide to buy a home that currently exists, that's a resale home, it is not going to be perfect and it's not going to be everything that you want. You're probably going to plan on replacing the flooring or fixing up the bathroom or the kitchen at some point. You don't have to do it right away, but you kind of think of it like that. The inventory or the spec homes, you're probably going to want to make some adjustments the same as you would a resale home. So that's the first thing that they're doing. Most builders are now building only inventory or spec homes. They're not allowing any customizations, just so they can get more houses on the market faster for you to buy. The other thing that they're doing is they've got a wait list. So pretty much there's very few builders in Austin right now that are not on a wait list, where you can just walk into the model, you can pick any home that you want, or they say, hey, we have these spec homes that are going to be coming up soon. You could have anyone that you want. There's no wait list. That just is not really happening in like 99% of the new construction communities. There are a handful, but for the most part, every new construction community and builder is on some kind of wait list, and every builder is doing their wait list differently. So literally there is one builder that I just talked to this week that has a 600-person wait list for 20 lots that they're going to be releasing throughout the rest of the year. That seems insane. Like, that's ridiculous. How can you have a 600-person wait list? So that's one way. Another builder that I've worked with recently was doing like a $5,000 deposit that will go towards the price of the house if you decide to buy it. But what that does is weed out all the tire kickers who are just like putting their name on every wait list in town. It's like, no, you have to put down a decent chunk of money to reserve your option to buy this house. So if you decide not to buy, you get your deposit back. But if you decide to buy, then you've already put some money towards the house. Other builders are requiring you to list out a lot of the details on the home in order to get on the wait list. So again, we're talking about weeding out the folks who are just like putting their names on every wait list in town. These builders are asking you to pick out the lot and the floor plan and the structural options that you want and have all these things laid out in order to add yourself to the wait list. So another way builders are trying to manage like the crazy demand and the very low supply is they are only selling X amount of homes per month. So and again, this varies by builder and by community. So some builders are only selling 2 homes or lots or home sites per month. And once they meet that quota, then now we have to wait until March to buy a house. Hopefully we're next on the list. So the way this works with wait lists is, let's say you are number 20 on a wait list, and they're releasing, 30 lots this year, you're number 20, and they're selling 3 lots per month. It's going to be 10 months until you're able to actually buy your house, meaning sign the sales contract, get yourself locked into a price and say, yes, I am buying this home. It's going to be ready who knows when. Depending on when they actually allow homes to be sold, it could be ready in 3 months. It could not be ready until 9 months. Just again, every builder is doing things differently. So that is something that's really crazy for people to wrap their head around, though, is that like the builders are capping the salespeople at only selling 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 4 to 5 homes per month, basically so that the builder can still capitalize on the market progressing and increasing throughout the year, and they don't sell all of their homes at once at like a $400,000 price when they're going to continue to go up throughout the year, and later on in the year they'll sell them for like $480,000. It also keeps the builder from just selling out of all their lots in a 30-minute period, which could happen. Okay, so kind of adding a little bit more detail to what we just talked about with the builder spreading out their sales so that they can capitalize on the market. Builders are increasing their prices regularly. So like on a weekly or monthly basis, prices are going up. So let's go back to this scenario that we talked about where they're selling 30 lots, you're 20th on the list, and they're only selling 3 lots per month, 3 or 4 lots per month, whatever it is that we said. But they're also increasing their prices for every 4 homes that they sell. So you're 20th on the list, they're only selling like 4 or 5 lots per month, and they're increasing their prices every 4 homes. That means they're gonna go through 3 or 4 price increases before it's your turn to buy your home. So again, we talked about the price that you see online and how the floor plan is just the very base price that you're ever gonna pay. Then we add in all those options, the lot premium, the structural options, the design options. Now we need to think about, okay, how much is this home going to increase in price before it's my time to buy? It can be significant. So an example, I had a client that I was working with. They had put down the $5,000 deposit that I mentioned in one of the examples to basically have first right of refusal to buy this house. They were on the wait list. They're like, okay, now it's your turn to buy. You wanted this floor plan before, and when they signed their letter of intent, they wanted, specific floor plan and on a specific lot. And at the time they signed, that floor plan was going to be, I think, $400,000. And then a couple weeks after that, there was a price increase that we saw online where it bumped the home up to like $409. Like, okay, we only want to spend like $430, so we're still kind of cutting it a little close, but let's see what happens with the pricing. A week later, it becomes their turn to actually sign their sales contract, and the base price for their home had gone up to $450. So it went from, it increased like $50,000 in a matter of a few weeks. So this is what I'm talking about. Like, it could be $50,000, it could be 10, it could be 80. I talked to another builder this week, and they're having another release probably in August and September because they have no lots for sale right now. He said, we have none. We'll probably have some more in August or September. And I asked him, like, based on what you know, what are you anticipating the prices to be for that next lot release? And just without even thinking about it, he said, oh, at least $80,000 more than what they are right now. In a matter of 6 months. In a matter of 6 months, the prices are going up $80,000. And these are not $1 million homes. These are like $400,000 homes. So something to keep in mind. The new construction market is just as crazy as the resale market. It's just more structured. And they're just, there's some reasoning to it other than just like, oh, whoever pays the most money, now that's what the house is worth. So there's that. Prices are going up regularly with new construction. But that sounds horrible, but I will say this, what I do like about it is that it takes a long time for your house to be built. So I have couples who are under contract for new construction right now. They've signed their sales agreement. They signed it on December 31st. And the house, they haven't even broke ground on the lot yet. They're probably not going to until April. And the house is gonna be ready in September or October. So they've signed their price. They're locked into their price December 31st. The price has already increased by $30,000, $40,000. And so by the time the house is done in September, October, it's going to be worth like $100,000 more than when they signed their paperwork before they even moved in. So they signed the paperwork in December, it's going to increase by 100 by September, October when they actually move into it. That's the positive thing about the price increases, is that it allows the buyer to gain in equity before they even close and move in on the house because they've locked that price in when it was much lower. That is kind of the opposite of what's happening with resale. So with resale, you're paying a lot of times above what the appraised amount is, and that's it. You may go into the house a little bit upside down because you had to bid so much money to even get this offer. If that doesn't really make sense for you, like I said, I did a video on resale just last week. It's right here, go take a look at it. It's gonna give you all the details you need about resale. If you don't have $100,000 plus in cash, it's gonna be very difficult for you to buy a home less than $500,000 in Austin. Just putting it out there. That's gonna be very difficult for you to buy a resale home. New construction doesn't really care how much money you put down. I think the lowest you can put down is like 5%. Interest rates are still really low right now. So when you sign your sales agreement, they usually only ask for a portion of the sales price to lock you into that contract. Some builders are as low as $1,000. You could literally put $1,000 down now, not pay anything else until you go to closing in 6 to 8 months. So it gives you all that time to save up money for closing, to move money around, whatever you need to do, and you have to put such very little down to lock in your house. Now, if you do pick some structural options or some design options, if you're allowed to and you pick those, some builders are going to ask you to pay like 25% or 50% of that in a deposit. That goes towards the final purchase price of your home. So if you are in a position where you can make those options for one of the few builders that are allowing that, that's something to keep in mind. But if you are buying one of these inventory or spec homes, you put down $1,000, which is basically to make sure that you're not just gonna like split town, and then you don't pay anything until you close. So you need much less cash to buy a new construction home than you do resale. There's really like no competition with the new construction. You don't have to outbid anyone, you just have to be next on the list. There are some new construction communities that are asking people to outbid each other. Those are great builders, but I don't recommend those for my clients right now. If we're gonna do that, we might as well just like consider resale an option. So new construction, I like that you're kind of getting out of the rat race with all of that. And another reason that I really like new construction over resale is the equity that you're getting before you even close on the house. We just talked about it in a lot of detail. You basically sign and lock your price in on December 31st, and by the time you move in, you've already gained $40,000, $60,000, $80,000 in equity because they keep raising the prices up on everyone else who's buying your same home and your same floor plan. There's nothing different about it. It's not like they're giving them some super fancy granite that you didn't get. It's the same house, it's just the market keeps growing, so they keep increasing the prices. So you've already gained so much money in equity before you even move in.